That's your call. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. You can't really understand your story till it's done.
Yangu, Ajitawa, Rakia, Musa.
Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He can't tell you much as he didn't want to hear anything about it. He can't understand how someone could be so vicious, even though he knows there are reasons behind it. Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel once you claimed it.
Take that light!
So much for the dark!
Get that light out of your eyes. It's blinding.
That's how a bright mind does it!
Light never lasts. Not forever.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Which kind do you like? Hit the open surf then. The trouble is you can only rely on yourself, at least until you reach a new shore and make new friends. Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. Never seen any brighter. Shine on. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. You're lucky that way. There's still cargo left on the shores from before the apocalypse. His best guess is a power tanker hit a reef and went under. What you do here matters to you and the world. Let's see.
আগে দেখে নেই আমার যাইতে হবে এটা কই এটা সিওয়েস্টার্নের চলো যাওয়া যাক
Careful nothing's sneaking up on you.
আমার এখন নতুন ওয়ার্ল্ড এটারে ফিনিশ করার জন্য আগে গুগল লাইটারে ঠিক করতে হবে আফটার দ্যাট নাইস
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
হয়ে গেছে কিছু না কিছু তো বাইরে হবে এনিমি।
Savor this one. Swish crack. What a great sound.
Done. চলো ক্লং ফিস্ট ইকুইপ করে নেই। এটা ভাই অস্থির জিনিস। You found a circuit board puzzle. Which light is selected? Use SW. Change the color of a light. Press in. আচ্ছা সব গ্রিন করার জন্য। Toggle the diodes in the correct order to make the whole circuit board turn green.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
I see. এই সার্কিট পাজলটা প্রথমে বুঝতে পারতেছিলাম না, নতুন তো। মেক ইউর ওয়ে থ্রু দ্য টানেল। আই থিঙ্ক ভিডিও লম্বা হয়ে যাইতেছে, এর বেশি আর করা উচিত না বা দরকারও নাই। মার 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 ভালো মতো।
Right where it comes.
ডান। Salvage the rig box. কে এটা? এবার প্যারা নাই। Huh.
Nice shot. Swing like you mean it.
প্যারা নাই, হয়ে যাবে। তুমি আর কে বন্ধু? হ্যাঁ, ডান। বড় বন্ধুই হয়ে গেল, তুমি তো ছোট বন্ধু। চলো।
Now that's loot.
বেচা দিম এটা পরে। Googlite parts box. This was found in the world and content parts for you to customize your Googlite. একটা বক্স পেয়ে গেছি। Scrap Dark.
Is that a ray of hope?
Return to Goop. আচ্ছা, 9টার ভেতর আমি মাত্র
Toxanol's offshore
একটা
caused
পাইছি।
oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater
ভিডিও পুরোটা
and
কন্টিনিউ
open
করি,
surf.
একবার একটা
The
লং করি, পরে
long-lasting effect
কাট কইরা
this
আমি
had on
এডিট
the
করে আর কি
evolution
আপলোড
of
করে দিব, না প্যারা নাই।
wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left.
হয়ে গেছে।
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
এই সাইডটা ওপেন হয়ে গেল। চলো আমার বন্ধুর কাছে যাওয়া যাক।
Mukamme. Sayruja. Itaku annaptapatku. Nusni wakni.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out.
আমার আর
There are
ইঞ্জিন
lots of
লাগবে।
valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots.
Tirami mako. Rakia.
Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position.
Mako. Ti.
The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float.
Bawat wika.
This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks.
Katam niyo nyana. Yangu. Ajin botalanti.
He's not sure, but the quacks are probably a leftover from a cargo surfer that went under in the olden days. The squeaky material must have made them surface when their box broke.
ওহো, নতুন মেশিন। New main quest gum quacks. Use the normal movement control to drive the Googlite. Okay. Call mount button. Ask Gulp about gum quacks.
It's a fine ride.
দাঁড়াও বন্ধু, ফাইন রাইট তো বুঝছি। আচ্ছা, আমার এখান দিয়ে যাইতে হবে। নাইস, এখন আমি পানির ভিতর দিয়েও যাইতে পারবো আরামসে। আরে সেরা সেরা।
Welcome to the Surfipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy Goop.
বাহ, এখানে তো সব আগুন টাগুন লেগে গেছে।
You're poking around Pokbur, a prime village.
Defeat the village attackers. ভাই এমনি পুরো সব পুরাই দিতেছে কেন? Myriad clan
Says the tribe Sifu sent them here to help defend against the rival tribe that's been terrorizing their village.
একত্র হয়ে গেল না আবার?
Isn't sure how long the village will last if it continues. As if the plague ruining the land and destroying the crops wasn't enough to bring the village to its knees already. It's troubling that the rivals believe their reign of terror is actually going to lead to a better world. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. Thought you were smart enough to know better than to try to save things. Says you should take care. The Sifu asked you to help, and that's what you must do. We'll be around when you return.
Deliver the wood to the village.
It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's.
Help cutting the wood to size. কারাই কাজটা করছে? সবগুলো ট্রাইব না ইউনাইটেড হয়ে গেল? আমি ইউনাইটেড কইরা দিলাম, কথা রাখে না এরা, ভালো না। আবার ঘরবাড়ি উঠাইছে, ভালো। Return to the village tribe member. Level up হয়ে গেছে, I think.
Has no doubt you've earned the trust and support of this village. Actions speak louder than words. You did good here. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. Heard you were a somber kid and is glad you crawled out of your shell to help. Thinks you must be mad if you're up and about this early. We'll be around when you return. Is always willing to listen. You did good here. Says you're welcome back.
সাইড কোয়েস্ট ডান। ওই যে আমার রাইড, তার আগে আমি লেভেল আপ করে আসি। সো বেসিক্যালি আমার স্ট্রেংথ তাহলে অলমোস্ট কমপ্লিটই হয়ে যায়। ঠিক আছে, 100-এর উপর তো যাওয়ার কথা না, নাকি যাবে মনে তো হইতেছে, যাইতেও পারে। যাই হোক, স্ট্রেংথটা ফুলফিল করি। ও আচ্ছা, 100-এর উপর যাবে, ঠিক আছে, সমস্যা নেই, 100-এর উপর যাক। বাট মিউটেশন, বায়োজেনেটিক্স, ডিস্টেন্স, yeah.
It's so much brighter without the night. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
বাবা, কি সেরা জায়গায় বাড়ি বানায় বসে আছে।
He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Says it's both everything you could want and never enough. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, that's the point. But you can't stop trying new ones, or life gets dull. Wants to raise a
বুঝতে পারছি।
glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you.
কাজের কথা না কে এতক্ষণ ধরে
Says
খালি
he sells them drinks.
ড্রিঙ্কের
They
কথাই
mostly
কয়ে
suck
যাইতেছে।
them down on their own. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportional to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. It makes most dumber, but that's his special burden to bear. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help.
এবার কামের কথা আইছে।
Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings.
Find Gumquack Hollow.
It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. Leave that ride.
ও আচ্ছা, ওটা নিয়েই তো যাওয়া উচিত।
The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. Dismounted.
এটা হটাই।
Wonder what's up there.
ও ভাই, এটা তো বেশি কঠিন মনে হইতেছে। কেবল কানেক্ট পাজেল, আস্তে আস্তে পাজেলগুলো একটু হার্ড হইতেছে। 3 cables to define ports to solve the puzzle. Each port has positive and a negative value. These values can be seen above and below the port. The puzzle connect the cables so that they add up to the amount shown at the bottom of the screen. Okay. Nice.
A story has got to keep moving forward. Lockety locked.
দেখি কি পাই। Clear the way. এটা আমার আজকাল খালি ভাঙা ভাঙির কাজেই লাগে। ও ভাই, ডান।
Every little bit helps.
Find the locker.
That's some heavy-duty hardware.
কি এটা কি ফোন? এইটার নিউ ওয়াংফু। হ্যাঁ, ওয়াংফুতে যাই।
We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome.
নক লকার।
That'll come in handy. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count.
ঠিক আছে নাকি? হইছে।
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Feeling slashy?
বাহ, কি সব বাই 100 স্ল্যাশ এগুলা কি পাইতেছি? গুগলাইড রেক বক্স একটা বাকি। আচ্ছা, রিটার্ন টু গুপ। দেখি তো ফার্স্ট ট্রাভেল হয় কিনা।
The tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long?
চলো বের হওয়া যাক।
Ready to live at your own speed.
এবার হ্যাঁ ফার্স্ট ট্রাভেল করি, দেন এখানে গ্রুপের সাথে কথা বলা এই ভিডিও এন্ড করব। দেন এটারে ভাবছি 2টা পার্ট করে আপলোড করে দিব। নাইস।
That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took out of Date's leg, so this world eater has made it personal.
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, এই জন্য ওরা মারার জন্য এত তাড়াহুড়া।
After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide. He seems happy to talk. Says talking to you was interesting.
Okay, the Eastern World Eater. Defeat the Porky Puff. আচ্ছা দেখি আমরা ফার্স্ট ট্রাভেল করে কতটা যাইতে পারি।
Let's see.
তো মোটামুটি আমাদের এইখানে গ্রুপের পার্টও হয়ে গেল। ঠিক আছে, আমাদের একটা ওয়ার্ল্ড ইটার ডান। আচ্ছা, ওইখানে যাইতে গেলে আমাদের অনেক দেরি, বাট তার আগে আমরা এইখানে যাই। ঠিক আছে, আমরা একবার গিজমোর সাথে কথা বলে আসি, দেন আমরা এন্ড করব। পরকি বাফরে আমরা অন্য ভিডিওতে ডিফিট করার ট্রাই করব।
This box once tailed a chugger. Now it's just off track.
Map journal. Gizmo.
Whatever you do it right, or don't do it at all.
ওর মেকটনের জন্যই তো ডিফিট হয়ে গেল।
Get the Ark hardware restored. There's just some wiring left to do before the vessel's ready for takeoff. He just needs to reroute the excessive high spark to run through the proper plug in the system so it won't break the path if it blows. Gizmo isn't sure you'll need to make use of the Ark, though. It looks like your efforts to save the tree and the world are paying off. He knows your good-hearted nature means you won't leave him behind, but you need to work on yourself if he's going to be isolated with you in the Ark. There are things you don't see eye to eye on. It's not that he doesn't care about others, but the fact that the Ark only has 4 extra seats means you have to be picky when choosing company.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the Ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
এখানে আমারই চলে আসতেছে। আচ্ছা, এই যে যারা এরকম এই যে হেল্প করতেছে, যেরকম গিজমো, কুপ, এরা তো বহুত হেল্প করতেছে ওয়ার্ল্ডে ডিফিট করার জন্য, এদের তো একটা সিট দেওয়াই উচিত, তাই না?
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together.
এদের দরকার।
The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
He's been thinking this whole thing with the Ark through and has decided he won't be joining you. First off, he isn't 100% sure he's got the wiring right, and really, he doesn't think he can stand being in that enclosed space with you for long. Gizmo will always make time for you. Glad you ran into Out-of-Date. Heard he lives in a cave beneath the Tree of Life. You and the Myriad tribe share ideals, and that's a risk. True balance requires equal parts of opposites.
That's true.
Understands you have things to do.
Fruit, drip, cheek, typo.
He doesn't regret rejecting his seat on the Ark. He's prepared for whatever the world has in store for him when the end comes. Gizmo will always make time for you. Says talking to you was interesting.
এটা সবাই বলে লাস্টে। আচ্ছা, তো আমি গিজমোর অফার করছিলাম অ্যান্ড গিজমো সিট রিজেক্ট করছে। সো ওর যুক্তি ওর তরফ থেকে ঠিকই আছে, ঠিক আছে, ওর এটা পছন্দ না, যাবে না। তো যাই হোক, প্যারা নাই, ওর ডিসিশন। আমি অফার করছিলাম অ্যান্ড করা উচিত ছিল, এবং ভাবছিলাম যে এদের করা উচিত, কারণ এরা ওয়ার্ল্ডের জন্য অনেক কিছু করতেছে, সেদের না করলে আর কাদের। কুল। আচ্ছা, তো আমরা এবার কই যাব? আমার তো এইটাই এখন করতে হবে। সো আমরা একটা জায়গায় ফাস্ট ট্রাভেল করি, অ্যান্ড এখান থেকে আমরা আবার ঠিক নেক্সট ভিডিওতে আসবো, এখান থেকে আবার স্টার্ট করব। তো আমাদের ভিডিও মোটামুটি এন্ডের দিকে মামারা। এই ভিডিও এর থেকে বেশি এক্সটেন্ড করব না, আমি ওর সাথে একটু কথা বলে নেই। ও হেল্প করো।
Bibble anything once, as long as it's drinkalicious. Even that leads him to the bottom of that. He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go find him a tanker truck and bring back some of that precious radium syrup, please. Thanks you for understanding how dire this thirst can be.
Come toward the light.
Slow down. Why would you rush in?
When you see what you want, why wait?
Well, what about being careful?
Poppycock, full speed ahead.
Find the sewer entrance. আচ্ছা, এগুলো পরে করব, প্যারা নাই। বাট আপাতত আমার কাজ হইলো। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, এখান থেকে তার কোথায় যাব আমি সিলেক্ট করে রাখি, জার্নালে যায় সাইট মেইন গ্রুপ। তো চলো মামারা, আপাতত এই ভিডিওতে এই পর্যন্তই থাকলো, ঠিক আছে। এই ভিডিও আর বেশি লং করব না, অনেকক্ষণ হয়ে গেছে। তো ঠিক নেক্সট ভিডিওতে এখান থেকে স্টার্ট করব, অ্যান্ড আমরা পরকি পাফরে ডিফিট করব। একটা ওয়ার্ল্ড লিডার আমাদের ডান, আর একটা ওয়ার্ল্ড লিডারে আমরা নেক্সট ভিডিওতে ডিফিট করব। ওকে, সব ঠিকঠাক থাকলে তো চলো, তাহলে এই ভিডিও এই পর্যন্তই থাকলো।